Yo, what's up, guys? So we are starting the small ball centers. So we'll start with the 6-7s. And before we get started, I just need to say these are templates, these are skeletons. You don't have to make these builds attribute for attribute. I'm just showing you guys what you can do, how certain setups affect the cap breaker. So don't take it attribute for attribute. Take what I give you, take the skeleton, put it in the builder, work with it, cater it to how you want to play. So I just want to say that before we get started, because a lot of you come in here and say, why'd you do this? Why'd you put this attribute to that? You could have hit this badge. You could have hit this takeover. I understand. But after 40, 50 builds, you get tired of being in the builder. So once you hit something that works, you kind of stick with that and change it little by little. And you're going to have to give up some badges. You're going to have to give up some thresholds. So that's why I'm just giving you guys a skeleton. And then you take it and you get what you want to get. Move attributes around and kind of make it to cater your play style, who you play with. Anyway, 6'7", 270 pounds, 7'1" wingspan. Now, as a smaller center, you really gotta focus on vertical, rebounding, and strength, and pretty good interior defense along with a good block. Just because you're already undersized, so you really need to make up for it with good rebounding, good vertical, and you need to be a solid, fast, small center. Like, you can't be a liability on defense. You can't be a liability on offense. So we got to keep that in mind when we're making these builds. So drive and dunk, 87. Standing dunk, 89. If you want to +1 that, a cap breaker, you're going to get gold rise up. But that's not needed right now, so you can worry about that as you get more cap breakers later in the game. The first 5 that I would probably spend would be on the 3-point, and that's going to get your 3-point up to an 80. Your mid-range, you're going to have to live with the low mid-range. You already have good drive and dunk, good standing dunk, so you really should be either at the 3-point line or going in for a dunk. You shouldn't really be taking middies. Pass accuracy, 65. You can end up making that higher as you get more cap breakers, but 65 is a good sweet spot. Especially for the smaller centers, we're going to have to give up some areas just to make our defensive rebounding better. So 68 speed of ball, 70 ball handle, that's plenty. 94 interior defense, 82 perimeter. You're going to get a lot of the silver and gold defensive badges. 84 block, O board 84, D board 96, and if you +1 that, you get 97. Speed 86, agility 74, strength 91, vertical 90. So this is a good rebounding small ball center. Like, you're going to be able to jump super high, grab boards, especially on defensive end. You don't really want to give teams a second chance to score, and you're good enough to defend the paint, defend the perimeter against shooting centers, because everybody's going to be shooting as a center. It's rare that you come across just an only inside big. So this is the first build. Obviously tweak it to how you want to play, but this is a 6'7", 270 pound, 7'1" wingspan, 2-way rim running cleaner. All right, so for this next 6'7" center, we have height 6'7", weight 270 pounds, wingspan 7'1". It's a 2-way tempo pushing cleaner. So for this one, it's a little different. We have 92 interior, 87 perimeter, 87 block. So a lot of these center builds on YouTube, a lot of these centers that you encounter in the rec, Proving Grounds Park, they're high shooting centers. So you're going to come across centers like 89 3 ball, 86 3 ball, even 83 ball. People are sparking with all kind of ratings. So you want to be able to stop that if you're going up against a center who's just living on the 3-point line. But then if they come in, you also want to be able to stop that. So we have very good defense on the center with 73 steal. So you're going to be able to play lanes as well. 97 defensive rebound. We're giving up the O board a little bit, but you can end up cap breaking that up to an 88. 84 speed, 74 agility, 91 strength. So you're going to have gold brick wall. If you are playing with a pick and roll point guard, you can +2 that up to legend, and those screens are going to be insane. So 91 strength, 93 vertical. That's going to help you get those boards. Even with an 80, you're going to be snagging boards on the offensive end with that vertical. 74 drive and dunk, 76 standing dunk. Now for 3 ball, you start at a 48. It's going to go up to a 74. That's plenty. This build is lacking in offense a little bit. This is just like if you're a 6'7", you need to play your role. You need to understand what you got to do for the team. You got to grab boards, you got to set screens, and you got to defend your man. So you have really good speed of ball, really good ball handle. So if you do get the ball, you can run around a little bit with it, get open. And with that 74 3 ball, you'll definitely be able to hit threes. And 74 driving dunk and 76 standing dunk, you'll be able to finish in the paint, especially since you're faster than the bigger center. So if you cut, you might get a little bit of room to get that dunk off. And the 76 standing dunk, I know it doesn't get you any attributes, doesn't get you any badges, but that's just what worked in this builder. You can lower it a little bit, and it might change your 3-ball cap breakers. Same with the drive and dunk. I had to really go heavy on the finishing attributes to try to get the shooting to stay the way it was. So play around with it, see what works for you. But this is the second build for the 6'7s. All right, so for this last 6'7, we're going 6'7 height, 270 pounds, 7'1 wingspan, lock and board slasher. So this one, we went higher on the finishing, 87 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk, 75 pass, 75 ball handle, 68 speed of ball. Defense is a little lower on this one, 85 interior, 82 perimeter, 60 steal, 85 block, defensive rebound 92, O-board 88. So the defense, we went lower. The defensive rebound, we can go up to 97. So I would probably use my first 5 cap breakers to get my rebounding up all the way. 85 speed, 75 agility, 91 strength, 88 vertical for that legend pogo stick, 87 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk, that's a gold rise up. Our 3 ball's going to get up to an 81, and we're going to have pretty good playmaking skills on a 6'7". I probably wouldn't go with this one just because the defense is so low, and as a 6'7", I don't want to be getting bullied in the paint. I don't want to be getting shot over from 3, so I would go higher interior and higher perimeter, definitely. Probably one of the first 2 builds I posted. But this is definitely viable if you want to go more offense heavy. This is something you can look at. But these are the small ball 6'7 centers that I went with. It's set up so it's a little easier to get the cap breakers to work on shooting. I'm sure you can get it to work on other categories, but for me specifically, it just made the most sense to do it for shooting. I tried a couple times to get it with finishing. It just didn't work out. I couldn't make a build the way I wanted to, focusing on another category to try to cap break. So shooting has been working for me, but obviously if you guys find another way to cap break these, or if you find a secret for the 6'7 small ball centers, post them in the comments so we can go ahead and lab that. But yeah, this is what I found for the 6'7 centers, and then I will show you what I got for the 6'8s. All right, for the 6'8s. Now keep in mind, I'm making these builds how I would want a small ball center to play. If you're gonna be playing rec, proving grounds, don't go into these games with a low rebounding small ball center trying to ISO. The amount of times I go into random recs and the center is a small ball center who's trying to run, like a point guard and ISO and do all these things on offense, and they can't grab a board, they can't defend. So don't do that to your team. If you're gonna go center, you definitely need to prioritize rebounding, vertical, defense. It's super hard to win without a good center. So that's what I'm kind of basing my builds off. Obviously, go what you feel, but this is what I went with for the first one. Height, 6'8", weight, 260 pounds, wingspan, 7'2". You're going to get a backline rim running dunker. So for this one, we have really good driving dunk. Our 3 ball is going to go up to a 74, which is plenty to hit your spot up shots. 65 pass, 68 ball handle, 68 speed of ball. Nothing crazy, just enough to get by. Interior defense, 90. Perimeter defense, 82. Block, 93. We're going to have an 81 offensive rebound with the ability to go up to 90. A 94 defensive rebound that can go up to 99. 81 speed, 75 agility, 91 strength for that gold brick wall, and 90 vertical to help you get above those taller centers when you're going for the rebound. So this is what I did. I'd probably go my first 5 cap breakers on 3 ball and then 2 on my defensive rebound. And then as I get more, I'd probably go just rebounding to get that maxed out, because your other stats are pretty solid, so you don't really need to mess around with those. You have really good block, good interior. Your block will help you get some better contest animations with the 82 perimeter defense. That's going to be Silver Challenger. You have a low steal, but still at 60, you can still get some lane steals and interceptions. But this is the first build. I'll show you guys the next build. All right, so for this last one, we're going 6'8", 260 pounds, 7'2 wingspan, backline, rim running, dimer. So this one I want to focus more on the passing. So you're going to get really good defensive rebounding, 87 pass accuracy for that gold break starter, 87 driving dunk. Your 3 ball can go up to a 75. You have good speed, good agility, 85 strength. We had to lower that a little bit to get some attributes elsewhere. 90 vertical still, 93 block, 74 perimeter, 94 interior defense. So in the paint, you're going to be a menace. You're not going to be scored on. You're not going to be bullied, and you have good block to help you out in the paint and also on the perimeter. So this is kind of what I would work with if I were making a small ball center. I'd want to go heavy on vertical, heavy on strength, heavier on speed, and very good rebounding to help out my team. Obviously, you can go with what you feel. If you have a power forward with high rebounding in your squad and you don't need that much rebounding, you can drop it down to 92 or 90, whatever you're feeling. If you want to be more of a point center, you can run that as well, depending on who you run with. But if you're running random recs and without a squad, as a center, you definitely want to focus on rebounding. Can't stress that enough. You also want to be able to hit shots. Don't be a pure inside center. There's no reason to be a pure inside center. That's why I'm using my cap breakers to get my 3-ball up. You're going to be open on 3, and if as soon as a team realizes that you can't shoot, they're just going to leave you open. So you don't want to do that to your team. These are the 3 different builds for the 6'8s. Obviously, 6'8's a little harder just because the attributes and the cap breakers and the way they work. But this is kind of what I would stick to if I was making a small ball center. For the next ones, I'll probably do 6'9 through 6'11, and then I'll leave the 7 foot to 7'4 for the last video. But let me know what else you guys found in the builder, any other secrets you guys found, or any other small ball builds you're working with. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.